Hi, my name is Devin Shaw, and I'm a youth representative with the Hyde Park Jazz Festival. Today, I'm presenting our hashtag Tuesday Talks, a series of interviews with musicians who have performed with the Hyde Park Jazz Festival, either this year or in past years. Today's guest is pianist and composer Angelo Hart. So, Mr. Hart, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Just it's just a blessing and honor to be here. Just taking it one day at a time, but I'm definitely grateful to be here.
I am extremely excited to be with you today. So, let's get right to it. Can you tell our audience a little bit about your musical background, what music you would listen to growing up, and what music your parents would play around the house, as well as when you started playing the piano?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, my growing up, my parents. So I grew up in church, so gospel was something that was part of our household. My mom liked to listen to jazz, so definitely jazz was something that we listened to from Monk, Thelonius Monk, Coltrane. Those are my first really jazz artists that I really that they really got me into jazz at a young age. Um, just listen to them, the ingenuity and creativity that those two, really Coltrane too, is really one that really inspired me to really think outside the box. So as far as piano lessons, I started those around like when I was 8 or so, 7 or 8. I took them at a community college in the Phoenix area, Arizona, because I'm from Arizona originally. It was good at first, and I had to really work my way, had a lot of learning to do. So had my background. My dad sang in church. He did like the chorus thing. I sang in church, in the chorus. So music has really been something that's really been a part of my life for a while. But I just really tried to hone into it, into that the sound I had in my mind, like around 9 or 10, and then going into high school and stuff like that is when I really try to perfect that sound that I had in my mind or so. So yeah, that's about
That's
it.
great. So you talked about your mother, your father, the church,
Mhm.
taking lessons in community college.
Mhm.
Do you have any other influences or like anybody who gave you your first real break on the scene?
Mhm. Well, I came out here to Chicago in 2000. What year was that? I graduated high school in 2006. I can't believe it's been that long ago. So and then I came out here I went to Chicago College of Performing Arts, and I played in college, and I really had a lot of learning to do as far as theory and just really perfecting my craft. I didn't really have the background that a lot of the students had. So that's what really all college was. And I came out of college. My biggest I feel like gig or that I really had coming out of college a few years was with Jeff Gibbs Quartet. We ended up opening for Robert Glasper at the Double Door. In What year was that? Man, it had to be 2013 or so, something like that. Yeah, so just being able to meet those cats. Robert Glasper was really doing some really creative stuff with his music as far as combining like hip hop and jazz influences to create a really, really unique sound. So I feel like that playing opening for him really just opened some different doors for me. Just really my own personal, really broke some chains for me, just really thinking outside the box as far as what I've learned in school. And just really kind of trying to develop my own sound and all that good stuff. So but yeah, so opening for Robert Glasper was definitely a big turning point in my musical career, I feel like. Yeah, for sure.
That's amazing. Robert Glasper is one of my favorite pianists.
Yeah, man. He's great.
How would you say music has shaped your life?
Man, music is just such a beautiful thing, man. Whether you're feeling down, or whether you're happy, whether you're sad, or you're emotional. It just there's music for every occasion. And I feel like for me, I just try to make my music be true to really how I'm feeling, and make it true to myself. So it really gives me something to look forward to. I've been blessed with the great family and all the good stuff, and everything. But just music is just something that I is like the crown. Like I can really just go to that, um, whether I'm happy or whether I'm feeling sad, whether I'm feeling anxious. It's really just the glue. I feel like a lot of times that holds a lot of stuff in my life together. So I mean, it's just really not only shaped it, it's kind of been like the foundation my faith and all the good stuff also. But music is really a part of that, honestly. It just really helps me to be able to get through different stuff. It's a stress reliever, and just in many different ways too. So from family to everything, music has just really been a part of every aspect of my life, honestly, for a while now. So
That's amazing. Could you speak to any moments or struggles in your life where music has gotten you through? You could even speak to the current social climate.
yeah, well, if we just gonna go current, I mean, I could talk about a situation from coming out of college, when things weren't really going well for me, just a lot of struggling financially, and then I went through a health situation back in 2012, and just music has really just it got me through that, and then this current year, obviously 2020 has been a difficult year. What I was able to do was just take those what a lot of us were going through, a lot of anxiety and stuff like that. And my goal was just to channel that. And what I ended up doing was just writing an album, creating an album, which I started in April of 2020, and then finished late in the year. And I feel like that's what music really drove me to do, whatever times that we're in, um, especially when a trying time for the whole country. My go-to thing to do is just to write and create. And then that's why I felt compelled to do that. And not only does it kind of give me an escape from what's happening, it just really is satisfying for my soul at the same time. So no matter what's happening outside of the walls of my little studio, when I'm able to be in here and to create, something unique, it really is like I'm on a different planet, and I can, it could be like a easy, simple escape from the trials and whatever's happening in the world right now. So yeah, the music was definitely a big thing that got me through. Music and family this past year, music and family, because musicians are all around the world struggling to make stuff happen, because a lot of our livelihood has been cut off, and we are creative beings, and when we can't create, it can go bad for us. So I'm just blessed to be able to have the opportunity to be able to create some music and during these times for sure.
I would also say and like to add that creating music about like the current social situation, it makes your music more accessible to a larger variety of people.
Yeah,
And that's what makes long lasting music, whether it be like the protest songs,
yeah,
psychedelic rock,
yeah,
We
man.
Are the World,
Hmm.
songs like
Yeah,
that, they speak to a large group of people and
absolutely.
become loved by generations.
Absolutely timeless. That's when timeless music is created, during trouble times. So I agree 100%.
Of course. Do you have any upcoming projects or shows the audience and I should know about?
Yeah. So my album, I have an album In the Groove coming out March 1st. It'll be available on all digital outlets. And it's just like we just talked about. It's just really about feel good music. I just want to create something, just about anybody can listen to, no matter whether you have a background in music or not. It's just good music with a good rhythm, a good beat. You know what I'm saying? And some beautiful piano playing. So that's the most important thing that I've been working on for these last couple months or so. Well, half a year, a little more than that. But that's the main thing. So yeah, in the groove,
In the
definitely.
group, March 1st, don't forget.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Um, do you have any advice for young musicians just starting out?
Absolutely, man. It was a struggle for me. The struggle, man. And I would say, and I went to school. Some people, choose that path. Some people don't. Um, and I really say, just be true to your creative self. That so I say that, but at the same time, you need to make sure that you have your foundation. You need to make sure that you study who you want to sound like. You study the greats. You do your work, as far as exercising the technique and stuff like that. But you have to work, but at the same time, be true to yourself and don't never give up on yourself. Never give up on yourself. That's for sure. Because there's always going to be somebody that wants to hear your music, but you have to be confident in yourself. That's the most important thing too. Be confident in yourself. So that's what I'd say for sure.
That was amazing advice.
Thanks,
I'd
man.
like to thank you for talking with us today.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
I'd also like to thank everyone at the Hyde Park Jazz Festival for facilitating these Tuesday talks, including our supportive viewership and festival attendees. Thanks again, and have an amazing day. Peace.